You wake up every morning, your stomach feels flat. You look in the mirror and think, okay, maybe today will be different. And then by the evening, you look 6 months pregnant. You're unbuttoning your pants. You're uncomfortable, you're exhausted, and frustrated because you didn't even eat that much at dinner. If this is your daily pattern, flat in the morning, then progressively getting more bloated by the end of the day, I want you to understand something. This is one of the most common patterns I see in my functional medicine practice. It's not in your head and it's not about your dinner. Your gut is showing you exactly when and where digestion is breaking down. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 reasons this pattern happens and what to do about it. I'm Dr. B, board certified in functional medicine. I help women reset their gut so they can thrive. The morning to night bloat pattern is one of the most misunderstood gut issues I see. Most people assume it comes down to what they ate for dinner, but in almost every case, it's cumulative, the result of everything that happened from breakfast forward. And once you see this pattern clearly, you can fix it. So subscribe if you haven't, and let's get into it. Reason number 1, and this is the foundation of the whole pattern. Bloating is cumulative. It builds throughout the day. When you wake up, your gut has had all night to rest, empty, and reset. That's why your morning stomach feels flat. But from the moment you eat your breakfast, digestion begins. And if anything in that process is slightly off, gas starts accumulating. A little fermentation at breakfast, a little bit more at lunch, trapped gas that doesn't move through, food that sits longer than it should. By the evening, all that has stacked up. The bloating you feel at night is rarely caused by dinner. It's the sum of everything your gut didn't fully process during the day. That's why when you eat a small dinner and you still feel enormous at 8 p.m., you know that's not the reason. The fix has to happen earlier in the day, not at dinner, and we'll get into exactly what that looks like. Reason 2 is your nervous system. So here's what's happening in your body. Your digestive system is directly tied to your nervous system. They're talking to each other all day long. When you're in a calm, relaxed state, we call this rest and digest. Your gut is working beautifully. Smooth motility, stomach acid is doing its job, food is moving the way it's supposed to. But when you're in stress mode, fight or flight, digestion becomes a low priority. Blood flows away from the gut, stomach acid drops, and motility is going to slow. And for most people, stress accumulates throughout the day. Meetings, deadlines, decisions, carpools, it starts to compound. And by late afternoon, your nervous system is running on fumes and your gut can feel it. And your dinner gets eaten in a stressed, distracted state, exactly when your gut is least equipped to handle it. Your food starts to sit there and ferment. Pressure is going to build, and then you go to bed bloated. One of the most impactful things you can do is to take 3 to 5 slow, deep breaths before your meals. Sit down, put your phone away, and let your body shift into that rest and digest mode before you begin your meal. Reason 3 is the timing and size of your evening meal. Your gut, it has a natural rhythm. Digestion is most effective earlier in the day when your digestive enzymes, your stomach acid, your gut motility are at its peak. And by the late evening, that output drops. Your body starts preparing for rest, not digestion. When you eat a large meal at 7, 8, or 9 p.m., you're asking your gut to do heavy work at exactly the time it's winding down. Food doesn't move through effectively. It's going to sit, it's going to ferment, and then you go to bed bloated. So here's 2 practical shifts. Try to eat your dinner by 6 or 6:30 when possible, and make it your lightest meal, not your largest one. Most people do the opposite. They undereat all day and then overload at dinner. That pattern is one of the most consistent drivers of the morning flat, night bloated cycle. Reason 4, what happens after dinner. Okay, so let's talk about alcohol. And I'm not here to tell you you can never have a drink, but what I want you to understand is what's happening. Even one drink with dinner is going to relax that valve between your esophagus and your stomach. It's supposed to stay shut, and that means more reflux, more bloating. It's also going to slow your gut down. It's going to feed the bacteria that produce gas. So that evening bloat after a glass of wine, that's not a coincidence. And here's the other thing. After dinner, most of us are just gonna collapse. We're tired, and I get it, but your stomach needs a little bit of gravity and a little bit of movement to empty properly. So a 10 to 15 minute walk after dinner, it doesn't have to be fast. It doesn't even have to feel like exercise. Just start moving. My patients who do this, one thing consistently tell me this makes a huge difference. I tell my patients after dinner, just get up, leave all the dishes in the sink, just walk out your front door for 7 minutes and then turn around and walk back. It is that simple, but it's so incredibly powerful for your digestion, for your blood glucose. You will notice a difference with this one habit. Doesn't cost anything and doesn't take that much time. Reason number 5, this one ties everything together. Your gut has a built-in reset mechanism. It's called the migrating motor complex, the MMC. It's a cleansing wave that sweeps through your small intestine during fasting windows. That's the gap in between your meals. When this runs properly, bacteria, undigested food, it all gets cleared out. Your gut arrives at dinner relatively clean, ready to do its work, everything's moved through. But if you've been snacking all day, sipping caloric drinks, maybe grazing in between meals, between lunch and dinner, that MMC, it never ran. Your gut arrives at dinner already backed up, and then dinner on top of that system, this is what is going to create that uncomfortable feeling. And the fix is creating a real fasting window between lunch and dinner. No snacking. Let that MMC run. Your gut needs that gap to clear itself before the next meal arrives. You need 4 hours in between meals to get this wave moving through your system. Okay, here's a free tip, and I mean completely free, no supplements, no protocols. Wait until you're salivating before you eat. Like actually salivating. Your mouth is watering. You're generally hungry, because when that happens, your brain is already talking to your gut. It's saying food is coming. And so enzymes start getting released. Your body starts getting ready. Digestion is so much more effective when you eat in a state of hunger versus just eating an autopilot because it's that certain time of day, it's dinner, time to sit down. Here are 3 things to start this week. Number 1, eat dinner earlier and keep it lighter. Move dinner to 6 or 6:30 if you can, and make it your smallest meal, not your largest. This one change reduces the workload on your gut at exactly the time it's starting to wind down. Shift number 2, take a 10-minute walk after dinner. Every night, this single habit improves motility, reduces gas, helps your gut empty before you lay down. You don't need hard exercise. That's not what this is about. You just need to move. Shift number 3, stop snacking between lunch and dinner. Give your gut a real window to clear itself out before dinner arrives. No snacks, no caloric drinks, no grazing. Let that MMC run. You'll feel the difference in your bloating within just a few days. The morning flat, night bloated pattern is one of the most treatable gut patterns there is. Once you understand what actually is driving it, it's not dinner, it's everything that builds up before dinner gets there. When you address timing, the stress, the evening habits, and your gut's daily reset window, this pattern can break. Drop a comment below. Do you wake up with a flat stomach and feel super bloated by the end of the day? Tell me how long this pattern's been going on. I read every comment, and it shapes what content I make next. If this gave you clarity, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Next week, I'm going to do a deeper dive on why bloating keeps coming back no matter what you try. I became a functional medicine practitioner because I was tired of watching women suffer through symptoms they were told were normal. You deserve answers. You deserve to feel good in your body every single day. I'm here to take care of you so you can take care of the people you love.